Hey, what's going on, everybody? Definitely appreciate you stopping by. Got another episode of the live stream with the recruiting in our dynasty. So we're just going to get right into it. So we're coming off that 38-27 win at Michigan State. Had that big fourth quarter, shaky early. I'm working on it. And before we get into recruiting, just real quick, I'm already been touching up the playbook. I'm excited about that. Doing some formation subs, getting the offense a little bit better to work on the run game. And I like the changes we're making there. We have an FCS opponent up next, so looking to blow them out and get the freshmen in there. That's kind of the plan. And real quick, if you guys are on the chat and you guys can hear me, if there's any audio issues, definitely drop a comment and I'll get to it next time, because it says it's okay, but just want to make sure. So let's just get right into it. So basically with the recruiting, we've got our points allotted for week 4, so we're going to just touch on this real quick. I'm gonna make a quick change, and then we'll advance the week, and then we'll go right into the next week. Let's go right into the board here. And again, thanks for everybody that's listen. Obviously, if you're on live and if you guys are watching the replay of this is great too. I'm gonna plan on doing these each Thursday with the games on Tuesday. It's a way to kind of hammer into recruiting and spend more time on it. So I want to first start at the quarterback situation. Garrett committed to LSU. He was a real player I inserted in the game. So since he committed to LSU, let's go ahead and take him off the board, and we'll get those 100 points. I was already dropping him on points, and it wasn't a huge priority. Again, still really like Austin Joseph as a top priority. We got the lead. He's a scrambler. We'll keep scouting him. And I think everything else is pretty close. I'm going to go back to these are kind of just the position boards. We can glance at this real quick. Hey, what's going on? Adam, huge fan. I always appreciate when you drop in on the comments. It seems like every series you're right there, so glad you're a huge fan. What's going on, Miami made Sam? And the 2020 rosters, I put it in the information in the description. I downloaded them from VikesFan059, and then I went ahead and edited them for that spring game. If you guys remember that, I did a spring game maybe about a month ago. It's probably been some time. Add in the freshmen. With the transfers with the Eric King and Quincy Roche, they were already on the game, so I just took their ratings and slid them over ratings and attributes and all that stuff. Just a quick recap with Hudson. He's the big one right now that we're going after. I discovered him last episode in the sense that he's the number 42 receiver. I know he's a 4-star, but the reason why I like him, he's 6'5", 228. And then when I scouted him, let me get to it real quick. When I scouted him, here we go. His speed came back as a 96. So the combination of that, I was already thinking he had good speed, and I was thinking, okay, we can move him to tight end if we need to. But now that he's a 96, I jumped him up. He's the number 2 on the board for our overall targets. Cranked up the points. We were getting good weekly bonus points. I feel like we're going to get him. I know it says he's only 70 overall, but he's certainly the guy I'm looking at right there. Elijah Arroyo, Adam, with the recruits, and same way with Avante, because he wasn't in the spring. We can figure out a way to get them in the game, but basically the recruits, you have to insert them before the recruiting process started. And so I didn't go through all of them. Those would have been great ideas, and I honestly kind of forgot about the guys that didn't enroll because there were 14 early enrollees. It felt like the whole class. So since I just carried them over from the spring game. But maybe what I'll do is, if these guys stay locked in, we can figure out a way to edit the names of these recruiting class and then put them in for next year. So you saw the receiver. I want to go back also, since we've got 100 points, real quick. And I know you guys have already seen some of this, so I don't want to touch on this too much because I want to advance to the next week. But what I did towards the end was I added maybe 5, 6, 7, 8 players, these guys right here. Again, taking some stabs on them. The overall's a low. There was reasons for each guy, and kind of hoping. See, we're leading there, but we haven't offered. Nobody has yet. I remember his attributes were pretty good. So he's 6'7". So I'm thinking 6'7", Pinellas Park, in-state guy. Maybe you can get a Greg Rousseau, Calais Campbell out of that. And I've already scouted him a little bit. So we'll keep scouting him. So I've got a few points there. We need to scout Chad Boyd And there, I think some of these guys were JUCO guys, so that's really intriguing. Again, he's only a 2-star, 74 overall though. I like that. I know these don't look good. The 156, like, but if these check out, let's go ahead and scout him. Well, hold on. Let's make sure because we only got 100 points left. I want to scout. Make sure I scout the right guys on these hidden gems. And maybe if you guys see someone that you're interested in, if you're on the live chat right now, and it's great, Brian. So what do we got here? Making a jump. I'm yet to forward. I made some progress the last time, but I've yet to forward the week. So we'll find out. But the big one last time was Austin Joseph, the 5-star quarterback, who jumped in the lead there. And then Thad Franklin got that visit, Tim Burns a visit. So let me look real quick. I just want to see if there's... Okay, we're really far behind on him. Same way with him. Again, these are low-level guys. I thought maybe some speed might be there on these guys when I was searching. Yeah, let's go to Boyd. He's already 74. Let's make sure we scout him. I don't want to offer yet. We need to make sure he's a good prospect. And then it says, how many points does it cost to fully scout someone? So basically, it says right there, up to 10% for 50 points. Because I didn't pay much attention to the recruiting skill tree in the coaching situation, you know, if you put it all on a certain feature, you can do the 100% scouting. And that would have been, obviously it would have been better to do that. So we're going to have to grind away at this 50 points for 10% at a time. So basically, you get the list here. It says B's and C's. Overall, you say upper left, 74. But all that changes once you scout them. And we'll do Chad Boyd real quick. So it's going to cost us 50 points, and you'll see what happens here. So we come back in acceleration 91. So you don't get to choose. It's kind of random, but off the jump, guys, that 91 acceleration is very exciting for a linebacker. But again, the spark rating low, but the 74 is good. I'm going to go ahead and put some more points on him. If you guys want to chime in, maybe you guys think, hey, that's good enough to offer. Let's go ahead and offer this guy. I'm going to look at his top schools. So we're already in the lead for this guy. So I feel like we could definitely get him. Because we're getting some bonus points. Florida is getting more bonus points, but we don't know how many points they're putting into this guy each week. So we're only doing 10 right now. But yeah, it's kind of intriguing. Again, 2-star linebacker out of Alabama. This is really random. Maybe we can hold off on there, but let's just give him a little more points just to see. And then I want the 50 points. I want to scout one more guy. I guess we'll just leave it at 10. Okay, this is an athlete. I thought he had good speed. Let's again go to scouting. Yeah, so the speed is a B. You'd want that to be, you definitely want A's on speed. So you want the speed to be in the 90s. Acceleration's in the 90, an A. Top schools, we're really far behind. You know what? I'm going to do this. I'm just going to put 10 points on him, and we'll go back to Boyd and see if that works out. I'm not really intrigued by this guy. The running backs, we've got 3 running backs. Let me show you real quick that we're in really good spots with. Obviously, Thad Franklin, number 1 prospect. He's already set a visit. Prospect overview. So we've got we're only 570 down there. We'll stay with him through the end. Hefner, we're leading with, again, with his speed. Waiting to see if that checks out. And we've got the huge lead. And then Mosby was another one. Got a lead on him. The number 6 speed back. So again, I'm going to make sure I scouted him. Again, on the speed acceleration, we're waiting to see if those come back before we go all in on these guys. Because if that stays as a B, it's not worth having, and I'm going to drop him. I already am a little skeptical on him anyways. That's why I only see the 55 points. But he likes us, so we're in the lead, so we'll stay there. And then Frazier was the guy we just added. I literally don't know why. His speed acceleration is not good. I'm going to go ahead and just drop him. Seems like a waste. Whoops, I didn't mean to do that. We'll give him his 5 points back. So we have one more option. Not scouted. Let me find the not scouted guys. Just to get an initial... Oh, I didn't get that 5 points back. We definitely want to scout him. I felt good about Brock. He was an offensive lineman. Look real quick. Yeah, so we're trailing Florida, but nobody's offered, and it's really early. The 16% lock means it's very early in the recruiting situation. So I feel good about him. He likes Miami, and I thought let's see. his pass block, run block, impact blocking all came back, are B's right now. Again, waiting to scout him. Let me look at his height weight real quick. 6'4", 270. I just kind of felt like maybe we'll see. But again, let's just scout him real quick. See how this turns out. Blocking. Okay, we didn't. He's a fast offensive lineman. That's encouraging. Let's just do that. Let's just give him that extra 5 points. I think we're good here. If you guys are on right now, again, definitely appreciate it. And I didn't mention this last time we've been doing these live streams, but if you guys are interested in the super chat feature, if you're not sure about that, you can do a donation. It's right there on that bottom corner. It says that it's that $ block. Anything would be great, but I just want to make sure I mention that. But I definitely do appreciate your support just by being on this, by watching. And again, these live streams, I thought it'd be interesting just because I didn't want to do full episodes with this, and also I wanted you guys to be a part of it. Okay, I'm kind of done with this right now, though. Hopefully you guys, if you guys are tuned in now, you probably watched before, so you've probably seen this before. I saved. And again, if you're just jumping on, I announced at the beginning I was doing some work on the playbook for the squad. I feel like obviously the run game's struggling, and I want to get some better run plays in. I want to get D'Eriq King going on running. Let's just advance the week. So I'm just kind of looking at the playbook, and then on defense, I was kind of going back and forth. I went to the 4-2-5. So that's our next opponent, the FCS opponent. It's just FCS Southeast. It's the name of the team. So we're going to get our freshmen involved for that. So you guys got to definitely stay tuned for the next game because, again, trying to blow them out early, first half, and the second half just go all freshmen and backups and see if we can have some exciting moves. And plus, like, I want to see some of these guys. I haven't, because they're playing these ranked teams early, it's been a little tough. And, like, even with the run game, if it's not working, I've been having to switch. But it's obviously not what I want to do. And I read all your guys' comments. I know you guys want to see other things. So we got here. What do we got? Waiting to see what happens. Austin Joseph, more of a dual threat or the pro-type quarterback. James, it says he's a scrambler, the number 3 scrambler in the country. And I think his height weight was like 6', 175, which obviously is light. But, if we're having success with D'Eriq King and we can give that back in terms of his attributes, again, waiting to see how his speed comes back, if it comes out really good once I get the running game going. But also keep in mind, I know it's interesting because you kind of forget, but so what do we got here? Tim Burns. Oh yeah, we want to bring Tim Burns on an early visit just because he's leading. I feel like we can get a commitment out of him. And then Medier, I'm not sure exactly how he says it, but anyways, he's ready to visit, and I have him at receiver. So those are 2 guys that are currently committed to Miami. So that's exciting. We'll get some information on their visit stuff. So, and we'll get him locked up too. So you guys can get excited about that. Doomsday Johnson, first off, thanks for watching, checking in the 2020 roster. So here's all these bonus points. I'll get to it in a second. We got all these bonus points from the win last week. This helps. And we might be getting an extra recruiting point now if it hasn't been figured in yet. But we're still going through the process. So the rosters I put in the description of all these videos. The rosters came from VikesFan059, downloaded those, and then edited them myself just for the freshmen. Everyone else was in there. And then, the Roche and King stuff, they were already on there. Okay, so here we go. Yeah, I almost want to play right now. Recruiting here. What do we got? And again, we're at 27 current targets. You can do 35, so we can add 8 more if we want to. Yeah, Burns is scheduled to visit. Let's go. Well, let's do this real quick. We are in a battle with Thad Franklin. It was tight before. We had a little bit of a deficit, but Florida State's getting that lead. And this is such a crucial week because I'll show you why with that. Look, playing style. So he has three factors that are important to him. Playing style, we're at D- getting 0 points there. He does not like our playing style, and it's been that way for a couple weeks because we are not running the ball. I know I got loose a little bit in the fourth quarter last game, but obviously it didn't make a difference. So this game, there's no doubt we've got to drill the run because we can't just keep slipping in recruiting with Thad there. I don't need to scout him. He's already a good player. So he's scheduled 3 more visits. Look at those visits. Rice, Old Dominion, and Texas San Antonio. That's a pretty interesting group. So we lost 65 points to Florida State from the last week. It's that changed, the minus 65. And so we're going to get only 200 points. So the Florida State goes up. It's because we're doing the early visit. But look right there. If we do well against Florida State, it has a 100-yard game for our running back. And then if we beat Florida State, because that's who we play week 10. That's why I wanted to schedule it just head-to-head. Let's do this. We'll get the extra bonus points on the visit. What's his percent lock? Because we're both green. Let me look real quick. I probably already missed it. So the 81% locked. So he's going to visit those schools. What's interesting, maybe he won't even take those visits. He'll just do the cutoff line real quick. But anyways, that's where we stand with Thad. Nothing's changing there, other than we just have to run the ball. You're welcome, Doomsday. Appreciate, again, jumping on. So here's Anthony Hudson. Where are we at with him? He's the one I'm most excited about right now. Just that 96 speed, 6'5", that's big time. See, look where we did, guys. We jumped 365 on him, so we're in the lead for him. We jumped Florida State and Clemson. And so they lost points. So they're not going all in on him. And I know he's a 70 overall, and maybe this will backfire. But yeah, we gained the lead right there. Let's go ahead and scout him again. Let's see how this goes. We have 500 points to play with here. What do we got here? Here we go. Strength, weakness, elusiveness. That's fine. You're not expecting a 6'5" guy at 220 to have good elusive. So he doesn't have moves, basically. Where's his catching? So his catching's a D. Right now, we need that to go up or to be worked on. And maybe that's just going to be something that he works on. Just to have great attributes, and then his catching attributes just won't be good. So Austin Joseph, again, our 5-star quarterback. Let's go ahead and let's look real quick. We're still in the lead. Everyone's dropped off on him. We're all in on him. You see that? Oregon is the only other school that's offered him. And I know James had a question about him earlier. Let's take a look. So now we got a huge lead. 6 foot 174 out of Ohio, the scrambler. We need to keep scouting him. Everyone else is dropping off on him. I hope it's not the case that he's not really going to be a 5-star. But the acceleration's good. That's pretty good for a quarterback. Throw accuracy is not great. The throw power, if that's like the mid-80s, I feel like we got something to work with. And quarterbacks can get good in a hurry. I know it's a little rough, and we'll see what we do next year. But anyways, let's go ahead and scout him here. So the break tackle's a 79. Again, I feel pretty good about that. Juke move. I don't remember what else popped up, but feel good about that with if he's a runner. Ja'Cory Hammett, again, he's someone I cranked up more points with. Let's see how that worked out. Okay, look, we jumped right up there. Ahead of the other schools have offered. Auburn's offered. That's really but look, they're going the wrong direction, down 295. We're up 155, competing for Marshall with them. But look, our bonus points, we're getting about 150 more bonus points a week on Marshall, so we're cutting into that deficit pretty good. Yeah, not worried about it, guys. I mean, if Auburn is the school to look at, I can't believe he would really go to Marshall. So we'll stay with him, keep the 500, hopefully lock him up. Seymour, we're cutting into that. That's good. Let's look at the change here. That top schools. We slide over to that. So we go up 180. We had the biggest change of anybody. Alabama goes down 175. So that's a huge deficit we just cut into. I think because Central Michigan, not worried about that. All those schools with the paper and the pen, that means that they've offered off to the right there. Again, I only say this, maybe you guys know all this, and maybe you're tired of me starting to do the basic stuff, but just if you're new to it and not quite sure what everything means, and it's a lot to take in, or if you haven't played this for a long time, it's a 2014 game, so maybe you forgot what it all means. But anyways, I feel good about that. I feel real good about that. That we're going in the right direction there with Lawrence Seymour, again out of Miami Central. He's committed to Miami, so we'd love to have him on the squad. This is the one, okay, this one hurts me a little bit because the number one defensive end in the country, and I don't feel like we're going in the right direction. We're getting really good bonus points. We moved up a little bit, so the 135 increase. So everyone else, big time schools, LSU, they're They're going way down. We're going to stay all... Well, you know what? Let me scout them, guys, because we're down by 1,100 points there, and if he's really not the number one, if he's not as good as you hope, he's already gone down a little bit. But let's go ahead and scout him. Pursuit gone down. Okay, we'll keep scouting him. I'll leave the 500 there. Baker's, and that's it with George real quick. Again, scouting him just to make sure it's worth putting all those points in. Brandon Baker's a guy I really like. We are getting nowhere with him, though. I need to cut this off because, look, we're 1,700 points down, and we're going in the wrong direction. Even though I put the 500 on him, I liked him because of he was a 6'2 corner with A speed, A acceleration. So, but we are going to cut these back. I should probably just drop all of it, to be honest. But yeah, I'll go to like 100 just because. I mean, I really like him, but if he doesn't like us, there's only so much you can do, and I don't want to just keep wasting points. The 5,000 points a week, you definitely can go up to 7,000 if everything's maxed out. Dominic, it says keep the points on. Let me know which one you're talking about. Maybe it's Baker. I'm just kind of curious which one. And who's James wants to know who's the first wide receiver we're going after in this class. I'll show you that in 1 second. I cut Baker down. Brian Haley, did you purchase the PS3 for these videos? Brian, I did not. I had it essentially ready to go. So I decided to fire this up with everything going on. Thought I'd give you guys something to check out. And it's been a lot of fun. I've enjoyed it. So here's the wide receiver situation. James wanted to know, again, Hudson's the top guy to me. And the reason I'm okay with taking him, again, I know his catching probably not going to be great. But remember, guys, we've got all those freshman receivers ready to go with Warsham and Redding and Restrepo and Keyshawn there. So we don't need to go all in on receivers. But I feel like we get Hudson and Shimon here. He wants to visit. I'll let you guys decide on this. On the D end, I'll go back to him. Oh yeah, you're right. Yeah, Perry George. I'm definitely doing that because it's such a key part. We're gonna lose. I feel like we could lose all these D ends, and it's such a crucial thing. Okay, he's ready to visit. I'll show you where we're at with him. We've got a substantial lead. I feel like we can lock him in here. And one thing too, I made sure he's got good defensive ratings. I know he wants to play receiver in college. That was kind of a new news in the last few months. But if we want to flip him to defense, we can. If we get him on board. Let's go ahead and schedule this. I'll let you guys chime in on this, guys, if you guys are here. I know, Brian, I'm worried about it too. The only thing is maybe if you get a red shirt or, if he's a kick returner that first year, we can really, guys can go up in a hurry, I feel like. Or we just got this 96 speed 6'5" guy, and then we're going to be frustrated with him all of his career. I don't know. It seems fun, though. I'm willing to go in on it. And again, he's the top priority just because we don't have a lot of options. So here's how this works. So we can have him visit this week. Tim Burns is visiting. We can have him visit too. Or we can wait. We can go to Georgia Tech week 6. Week 7, we can bring him in even though we have a bye. And these are the more competitive ones. So week 8, 9, 10, 12. And then at the end. So what it says is, I don't know if it's on the screen. So it says you get more points. So if we're his 5th and last visit, we get the extra 500 points. If you're his first visit, you only get 100 bonus. And you guys can let me know what you want to do here. Let me back out of this real quick. I'll show you where we stand. Again, we're only putting 25 points in them, but we've got a big lead. It's just us in North Carolina. And again, it's exciting to bring guys in on a visit. I'm bringing Burns. I'll show you why, just because we have like a 2,000 point lead. Tommy, you want to go to the BC week? I like that idea. Yeah, Borregales, we're going to lock in on that. I'll show you him in a second. Oh, sorry. I'm just I got the screen up. And so we gained only 50 points on North Carolina. So based on the math, so we got 350 on the bonus. They only got 25, and we only put 25. So they're not putting many points in on them. And again, it's just us in North Carolina. So visit. Dominic wants to go on the BC week towards the end. I feel good about that too. If you guys have an opinion, it's towards the end. It's kind of right there in the middle. Week 9. Have a good game. Yeah, maybe wait, but you get the extra points when you wait. So with the lead, the thinking would be if you've got the lead, bring them in. Is the way I'm looking at it. So that plus 100, basically it changes once you lock it in. But yeah, either one. I'm okay with waiting. I'm not impatient with them. I was impatient with Burns. I thought it'd be fun just to get a guy in and let's see if we can lock in and commit. The BC visit, the thing that's right in the middle, week 9, we'd probably get 200-300 extra points, or you could just bring him in. This would be interesting. You're going against, Adam. Exactly what I'm saying. Let's just do that. You guys okay with that? Because that's who we're competing against. We did that with Thad Franklin. We're going to bring him in on the Florida State week. Kind of more fun. You guys good with that? I like that idea. I don't know if we're going to do it with everybody, but let's just go. Let's just do that. I'm okay with it. I'm going to lock it in. Make sure you guys are cool with it. Looks like Brian's on board. Dominic, I know you want the BC week. How do you feel about it? Chime in on the chat before I lock this in, because I don't think you can change it once you're locked in. We'll give Dominic a few seconds here to look at it, and I'll come back real quick. The 880 lead. Again, they're just not putting any points into them, and we got to make sure. I want to try to get as many of the real commits on the team as possible. Adam's down. All right, let's just do this. Dominic, I hope you're on board with it. I like the BC process, the thought on that. Sorry, let's do this. Let's do the North Carolina. Bring them in, and you guys made that decision. Lock this in. Yeah, it's the only opportunity. Yeah, you're right, man. Yeah, once you're locked in. But let's do this. And then let's go back. Yeah, we'll drop Yo Keith. That just did not work out. I'll show you what happened there. Let's go back to where we were, our big board here. So Baker, we're cutting back on those points. Let me slide him down real quick. And we might take all those points off if we want them. I'm just going to slide him down. And we'll come back to our guys here. Hafner's the running back I want to scout. I'll show you. We got a huge lead. But here's the thing. It says he's a speed back, number 10 in the country. But we need the speed to come back. So let's scout him here. We need that speed rating to be in the 90s. And we don't get it. We have to wait again. I'm okay with just 75 points. We have a huge lead. You know what? Let's trim those off a little bit. Just because we're up by so much. We're the only school that have offered them. I'm a little worried that the speed's not going to be as good, but okay, we're doing great with Borgalis here. Again, we're up to 670 on Florida, and everyone else is not putting many points into them, so I like that. 50% interested. We're getting there on a visit. As soon as he wants to visit, we will. I'm good with 75 there. So what do we got here? Michael McLaughlin, yeah, he's a Miami commit. Look at the situation we are in with him. Not good. He's got 4 visits scheduled. Oh, we're losing points on it. We're only going 60 points on him. This is the one. What do we have to get to here? What do you guys think on him? We're only putting 60 in on him. I'll show you what we're down by a lot. We're getting the good weekly bonus points. Look, we're at A's on all 3 categories. I feel like we just got to go in on him. So we're getting the good bonus points there. Man. What's his percent locked here? So he's not visiting Ole Miss till week 11. That's his leader. Whoops. Sorry about that. I feel like if we want to, guys, because we have A ratings, and look at the bonus. Oh man. So Alabama just doesn't look like they're putting many points in on them. We're the only school that have offered them. Ole Miss is plus 330. Our bonus is plus 340. So we'd cut into the lead. If we go a lot of points, we can cut into that deficit, and we're the only ones that have offered. I feel like we're really close. He's interested. Again, we only have one visit left, but look how close we are to visiting. I feel like maybe we can squeeze in there. Yeah, let's go all in on him, and maybe we'll come back on it. But I know it's a little bit of a long shot because again, 1,500 down. But if we go the 500 here, and if nobody's offered, so let's just do that, and let's just slide him up a little bit just to make sure we have him there. I feel okay about that. Again, we still got plenty of points, but we can cut that back if you want. But or some of these other guys. Khalil Brantley, what are we doing here? We're getting the big bonus points. Look, we're getting the most bonus points out of everybody. But it looks like UCF and UAB are going all in on him because we lost 305 points. So they're putting like, oh, if you guys do the math real quick. I mean, they're putting definitely hundreds of points on him, and we're only doing 150, so it clearly is not enough. So the 460 is basically what we're doing a week, and we still lost. So we'd have to go a lot more points. How you guys feel about Khalil Brantley? It looks like we just have to do a lot of points if we want to get him in the class. I know it seems odd that we're competing against UCF and UAB, but that's just what it is, and they're going all in on him. Although UCF hasn't even offered yet. So I feel like we can, again, down 1,500. Let's come back on him. This isn't good. So it looks like we're not going to get Tyler Johnson in the sense that Georgia Tech and UCF have offered and scheduled visits, and we're going in the wrong direction. We're getting more bonus points, but we'd have to put a lot of points into them. Not a huge fan of that. But we can do it. I want to come back to him. Jermaine Campbell, the 40 points, clearly not going to be good enough because we lost 200 on it. We're going to have to crank that up to 200-300 points a week if we want him. He's from Maryland, so he doesn't have the location tied to Texas. Yeah, but the proximity to home, nobody would be getting that of his schools. But he likes those other ones, so we're getting pretty good bonus points considering out-of-state guy. Oh, I know why. Jermaine was the guy I was excited about earlier, but guys, look real quick at his ratings. He's listed as an athlete, but I wanted him to be a corner because he's like 5'10", 185, somewhere in that range. But his speed's a B. Acceleration on came back as an 83, and those seem a little low for me for a corner. And then his zone coverage and press, those are terrible ratings, so I just don't think he's a corner. And because his spin move, juke move, carrying are all high, it makes me think he's a running back or possibly a receiver. We don't see the receiver stuff other than his jumping. But with that, again, we'd have to put more points in him, keep scouting him, and crank up his points. So we'll see on that. I made decisions early with those guys. Now we're kind of in this like tough situation on what to decide what to do with some of these guys. James Williams, okay, sorry. So we're getting good bonus points, but we're way down. Yeah. We lost 685 points. It's because I didn't put 500 in on him. He's already scheduled all of his visits. So we're done with him. That didn't work out. Again, I felt like we had to go all in on him early, a lot of points, and we just didn't put enough early, and then you see the schools we're up against. So it's interesting. Maybe Duke can snag him. You guys are probably rooting for that. If he's got to go somewhere, I think you guys would be okay with him to go to Duke. So we'll see if they can get on that. But we're going to take him off the board. Oh, you know what? I'll go 0 points, but we'll leave him on the board just to like check to see how his recruitment's going. But I'm going to put him all the way at the bottom. Maybe you guys will be interested in seeing. Okay, let's go back to our guys here. We did him. Mosby's the other running back. So again, we're in the lead. I'm not putting many points on him. I want to see his. We got to scout him though. We got to figure out his Alabama. So Auburn's kind of there, but so Ole Miss is offered. Okay, we got to scout him because again, trying to figure out if it's worth going all in on. So that's not coming back good. He dropped 2 points on his overall. Yeah, I'm gonna drop him. This just doesn't seem like it's worth it. Well, let's just slide him down. We'll come back to him. I feel like we need to get after some new guys. Okay, so Burns, this is fun. Now he's visiting, so we get to set some things here. And look, we have a huge lead on him. The only school that I've offered. I feel like he's going to be our first commit. I feel like he should commit this week. Here's what we have to do. I need to make sure I do this to get these bonus points this week. If I have 2 interceptions with the secondary, and I get 200 points, and then 4 swatted passes, 150. Yeah, a couple Alabama recruits. I see that too. Oh, I remember on one of the last one, I remember maybe looking at like hometowns because I always think that's fun. Maybe I'll do that. Maybe I'll go see if there's anyone in my hometown that we could throw some points at. All right, here we go. Okay, what are we doing? Just doing the visit here. Let me look at the needs real quick. I shouldn't. This isn't important. I mean, it's okay. But we know the squad. We know what we need. So yeah, I feel like we're gonna get him. His rating, just so you guys know, is 73 overall. I think it's a little bit low. When I created him, I don't think I can't remember, but I don't think I would have put him down that far. But anyways, yeah, Tim Bird's excited about him, and we already took care of him. And then Keith, we need to take these points away because we're down by a bunch, but he also scheduled all of his visits. Top schools, let me show you. Yeah, just again, all the other schools, they just had a bunch of points early and he was interested in them. Again, I'll take it down to 0, but I'll leave him on here so in case you guys are curious to see where he ends up and what schools is he looking at. All big time schools, none in the ACC. Alfred Brock, so he was one that you guys saw, remember the guard we picked up though. Man, I know it's a 3-star. We've not offered him. We're getting those good bonus points. I feel like we can get him if we want him. Oh yeah, his acceleration came back as a 92. Let's scout him again. Maybe you need to make him. He's a 78. That's pretty good. This guy might be a hidden gem. Agility, so I feel good about his acceleration, to be honest with you. I'm going to go ahead and offer him. Let's just extend that lead. I don't want look at those other schools are showing some interest, but not all the way, and nobody's offered him yet. So Brian, it's not too late. Alfred Brock was a guy I just picked up last week, and the Anthony Hudson receiver was a guy I added later as well. So no, we'll go through this. We're almost done with this list. Stick with me here, and then we can go look at some guys, and then definitely want to hear you guys. But anyways, I want to crank this up. Let's put some 100 points on him, and let's go ahead and offer him a scholarship. And I'm gonna just touch him up here a little bit. Baker was the guy. Yeah, I want to take these points. You know what? What's his visit situation? I mean, I'm just gonna take this guy off the board. We're just too far off. The 1,700 points down. I'm going the wrong direction. Okay, Rob Wilson was the guy that I looked at. Again, the kind of the hidden gem, 6'6" guy, a defensive end. We've not scouted him yet. Let's take a look at him. Let's see on top schools. So yeah, we jumped in there. We went up 310. We're getting like huge bonus points. Look, like we can easily. I feel like if we want this guy, we'll jump all the way to the top because his bonus points. He definitely is interested in Miami. But again, let's scout him real quick. And that was a terrible scout. Oh my goodness. We needed some new recruiting evaluators in. Stamina does nothing for us. But we're gonna get those bonus points. We'll go up again. And then Paul Ricks, I want to scout him. He was really interested in Miami. We kind of slipped a little bit because we're not putting a lot of points into him. So we're 420 down. We need to, let's scout him again. Like, look, he likes Miami. But I need these things to come back. I don't know how you guys feel about this. The throw power, accuracy, should I put more points into him? Would you like me to, if we don't get Joseph, again, I'll show the quarterback. Targets, Austin Joseph's the 5-star. More athletic. Everyone else is jumping off the board with him. It feels like if we want him, we'll get him. I don't know. So I don't feel like, what I'm saying is, like, I don't feel like we've got to go all in on another quarterback. I'd only want to sign one in this class. I wanted, just because we could go with the other ones on the roster for next year would be N'Kosi Perry, Tate Martell, and then Tyler Van Dyke is on the roster too. Let's go back up. Paul Ricks. I guess I don't want to scout him, but the fact that we got the power, accuracy, we know. Yeah, I'll show you the coaching tree. It's all slanted to coaching, but I'll show you what that means and how close we can get to a recruiting point here. Yeah, Collins was the guy we took our points off there. We just got too far down here. He's going to be another guy we can look at. I'll just leave him on the board, but no points for him. And we can take those guys off, but we got like 10 extra spots. And it's just really for you guys to just take a look at. Mosby's one I'm not really excited about. What's this Gibson guy? He likes Miami. Nobody else does. I feel like, again, we can get this guy if we want him. Let's scout him real quick. That's all right, I guess. I'm not quite sure. I don't like the 67. That's not going to work overall. But if it goes up, if he's more in the 70s, oh yeah, Boyd's one I'm curious about. That's the linebacker. Remember, we just looked at him. Let's get that speed or tackling or... Okay, we didn't get much there. How are we doing on him? Again, nobody else is in on him. So we're creating a little bit there. We don't need to put more points in him. Lewis, we're down by a lot. It's an interesting athlete, 6'2", 230. You could, a JUCO guy, definitely interesting position. You got to basically, so we're doing okay there. We might as well scout him and figure out what this guy's all about. So, power moves, so he wouldn't be a D end. I know 6'2", 230 would be a little light for that, but is carrying, maybe he's a receiver, tight end type. Where's his, maybe tackling? There. Oh, it's a D. So he'd be an offensive athlete, it looks like. Because even though the tackle says D, even though it's a D, you don't know exactly what it is. It'd be shocking if it's like an 85 or something like that. So it's in the ballpark, typically. Yeah, I'm okay there. Kind of not really feeling these really lower tier guys right now. Again, I don't like that we're so far down. These guys have already offered, so they must like something about them. Ooh, we should scout him because we are getting really good bonus points, which means we can jump up the list. Let me look real quick to see. So we're getting the same amount of bonus points as Auburn, so we'd have to go a lot of points on Price. They're only putting essentially 10 points on him because if it's the bonus is 340 and the change only went down 10, so it wouldn't take much. So we'd have to go 500 plus. Not really convinced there. Is this guy from Nebraska? Goodness. They haven't even offered. He's up by 2,500 points. To take him off the board. And when you add him to the board, I'm okay with taking this guy off. It's just going to be too much to get in that lead. Let me show you real quick. And they've already offered. If they haven't offered, then maybe we can come in there. Okay, I think that's going to be good for now. Again, we still have 150 points. I'm going to back out of this. Dominic, I'll show you the tree that you're talking about, and other people might not have seen it. But basically, you get a certain amount of points, and Manny Diaz had 11 to begin with. And I went with the coaching side of things. I knew we had tough games early. I wanted to make sure we were on point. And then we're essentially going to be in a grind for recruiting. I feel like once we get through this season, because I want to keep this thing going. Okay, where am I at? Coach skill trees. And I just kind of hopefully build up the recruiting side of things. So here's what we want. And if you guys are playing this game and not quite sure how this works, so I'll show you real quick. This is the big one, the scouting, and that's how you can kind of go quickly through the scouting process. And once we get our upgrade, that's where I'll put it, just to kind of help understand their true skills. So once that gets filled up, all 3 points there, that'd be good. That's a good one to get. Locksmith, I'll show you the other one. So the opener, we're getting close to, this is a good one to start out the season. So next season, we'll definitely would like to undo that. Basically, it increases your recruiting points weeks 1 through 7. We're getting close to week 7. And I say that because we had the bye early. So we're getting close to that. But anyways, we definitely want to, it'd be great if we could unlock the closer to finish strong. We just got to get those upgrades. We're getting close to our first upgrade there. You see the 2735 out of 3680. Again, you get that on based on wins and how you do. And some of these other ones, kitchen sink. Each recruit can have an extra 50 points. That's a good one. See, some of these pipelines okay. I'm not really. That's just, I would definitely like to get to that, but that wouldn't be a priority. Insta commits cool, but it's not a huge deal. Again, it's fun, but if you're doing well with the guy, again, that's kind of like towards the end. It's a lot of fun because as soon as you offer, he says, "Okay, I'm committed." You don't have to do the whole process of it, but that's a lot of fun. But it's okay. It's not a huge priority. So yeah, that's basically what we'd like to go right now. So go scouting, get those 3. It looks like we're going to run out of time, so we'll try the closer for weeks 8 through 15. Maybe kitchen sink would be good. So that's kind of where we're at now, and then we'll look over here real quick. I'll show you the things we do have. Again, I just poured it in on the team side of things. So just kind of like just basic things. And I won't touch these guys, these attributes again. I'll stick all on recruiting from now on. Again, I just want to get off to a good start to the season. I knew it would be tough, make recruiting tougher. These upcoming off season, why not move? Yeah, I'm all for it. Again, willing to make that adjustment for sure. And again, I'm in it for the long haul, and want to definitely keep this thing going. Okay, let's look, guys. We've got 24 targets. We have 11 openings left for players to look at. Well, okay, I'll just show you the Florida stuff first. You know what? Let's just go all prospects at this point. If you guys see something that jumps up out you, just let me know for sure. So there's the top prospects. Let's see if there's any athletes. You can sort it by different things. So percent locked. Anything under 20 would be great because that means they're not locked into their schools. For example, a 72, that's already, he probably already has his visit set and stuff. So 40 times, that's good. Bench press, and then squat. Squat's an interesting one. I like to sort by that. So basically, he's got the highest squat of any athlete in the country. All positions. You see where 670 ranks. That's really high. These top two guys, obviously I would have loved to have had them, but fell back. Even Randall, even though we're third. I'll just show you real quick. Yeah. That's disappointing. He's going to go to Florida. Weird were just too many points, even though we were third. But okay, here we go. What about that athlete? Is this guy Terrell Bell? Let's take a look at him. He's almost done. I forgot the percent lock. I didn't even look at it. Okay. Let's go back to athletes. He wants to sort. Dominic wants to sort by lock. I definitely like that too. I just was looking at these attributes here. If something pops there. But we'll go to percent locked. I'm going to flip it the other way. So basically, you know, this guy's essentially wide open, an interesting athlete, 6'1", 304. So that means he'd be O-line, D-line. Nobody's recruiting him. You look at that. They're barely getting started. 5-star athlete, 16th player in the country right now. I'm going to go ahead and add him to the board. So again, there's no really other spot he'd play other than on the line. But yeah, let's do that. Oops, sorry. I want to look at top schools maybe just to see if Miami. So these are things, the proximity to home, it's the most important thing to him, so we might struggle with that. You know, Virginia, those three schools he has right now, he likes, but he likes the program tradition and the championship contender, and those are important to him, and we're doing well there. We don't even pop in on them, but again, that's all really low, and we're not too many. There are not too many points out in front. We'll give him a shot. This might be interesting. 4-star quarterback. Not 4.76, but he's 6'3", 220. So, you know, so maybe it's that mix. Again, you look at it, you feel like those first three schools you can just fly over. Let's I'm okay with giving him a look, to be honest, just because maybe the Austin Joseph thing, even though he's a 5-star, again, everyone's backing off on him. So maybe let's see if we can look at a new guy here. So this is good news, guys. So Lee Bass has Miami second. Haven't even recruited him. He's 6'6", 4-star recruit. Just seems like we can definitely jump in on him. His speed's a C. That's not good. But again, if he can't be a receiver, you could slide him to tight end with that size, because if you can get his weight up a little bit. But yeah. And look, he's all three categories. We're gonna get good bonus points there. Let's go ahead and add him. And yeah, once they're on board on the list, they'll jump up. So yeah, I feel good about that. His bench and squat's not good, so the strength numbers probably won't come back well. Just kind of looking. I was looking at speed. Man, that squat is really low. I always think it's funny when guys have better bench presses than squat. So we got some tight ends available. This is a Florida guy. Again, he's really low. we'd have to scout him just to see like if it's even worth doing. Again, if there's any, you guys see the information I'm seeing. So if any of these names stand out to you that you want to see more on, like let me know and we'll take a look. Here's a Naples guy. Not decent measurables. 6'3", 231. He's got Alabama there, but he likes him. They're not going after him, basically, what that means. Again, those are all very average. We'd have to do our recruiting or our scouting. He likes, like, again, we could get in on him really quickly. It'd have to take some scouting. Let's go ahead and do this one, though, I guess. I don't know. His spark rating's not great. I'll just add him. We've got 28 out of 35, so we've got some room here. Possession receiver. We have a tackle that's third on our list, so he already likes Miami. His squat's really high, which I like that. I like these offensive linemen. I want it. You definitely can improve on that. He likes Miami again. We're only 150. We can jump into that real quickly. Let's go ahead and scout him and see. Hopefully we get positive news there. Athlete doesn't look impressive. That's 6 foot. Doesn't have great speed. What will happen here? Oh. So it goes red because the proximate home was a deal breaker. And so that wasn't going to change. So that's why you can't recruit him. A lot of 3 stars. I want to see if a 4-star pops up. The 4.68 40. Yeah, 5'11". That's not a good combination. We can sort by interest. I'm basically trying to figure out if somebody pops up, kind of the combination of it. But you'd like to have a good player. Here's a 5'9" quarter out of Ohio. Huge Miami fan. 62 overall, though. Three-star safety. Good bench press. He loves Miami. Hold on, what's this? Proximity to home is really important. So basically we'd lose out on him if Louisiana State jumped in on him. But yeah, I don't know. That 69 is so low, though. We can add him. We have 5 more targets to go. Yeah, let's go ahead and the percent locked. Again, we'll go through all this stuff. The 17s. Let me just see if anyone pops up with like a 4-star guy with a decent. I think I scrolled by one, but. There's a 4-star linebacker. The squat's really good. That's important, I feel like. Oh, I hit the... Okay, sorry. I remember he's a linebacker. Let's do it this way. And then I'll come back and I'll sort by interest level. I think he was a linebacker. Oh, I'm in the wrong state. Man, I messed this all up. It's like 18%, I think. Was this him? Yeah, the high squat. Let's not do that again. Okay, here we go. Let's just take a quick look. Speed is not great. Good tackler. Maybe, guys, maybe. What's important to him? Playing style. Doesn't like our linebackers. I feel like we can do okay there. We're down, but again, other schools aren't offering them, talking to them. Let's go ahead and add him to the target list. And then let's go back. All prospects, sort by interest level. Thanks, Brian. We'll do that. So we are leading with these guys. And the ones off to the left with the targets you already know about. We got Trevor Davis is a huge fan, 68 overall. Let's just see if something pops better than that. Certainly we could go in on that, though. His lock percent's low. We got Joey McBride. Again, overall is just low right now. You want to definitely get those up in the 70s. So he has a ways to go to get there. Again, some 3-star. Leading for some 3-star guys without recruiting them, which is good, but this guy's 6'2", 200. That may be more of a fullback type, which would be pretty. Well, his squat's so low. You want his strength to be good, but his speed's okay. But where we got Palmer, that was that 5'9" corner. 4'4", man, you'd like for that to be a little lower for a 5'9" corner. Some 2-star guys here. So that's kind of, and then you guys know about the other guys here. Brandon Johnson was a guy that I'll show you real quick in case you missed it. He was a guy that I was targeting earlier, and just we were second, but look, we were so far back, so we dropped him. Baker again, that was the guy we dropped. Bass we just added. Booth was a guy I think we're really far back on. Dropped him. Joe Hodges, he's 72% locked. Let's look. You know what? Let's look at this guy. I know he's not got a. Again, you're looking for hidden gems in this situation. 6'1", 200 corner, 39% lock, 4.46 speed. Oh, Pitt. Okay. We're down by a bunch. The speed would just have to come back to be okay. We'd get... Okay, we'd rack up all those, so we could cut in the deficit pretty good. Pitt's offered... Let's go ahead and see if we can't... What do we got here? Oh, this is what I like. I was trying to find those 6'6" DNs. Here's one. And again, we could go in on that. Playing time. I feel like, okay. He doesn't think that there'd be a playing time. What's this corner? Local corner? Let's go after this guy too. Local corner. 6'1", I feel like you like that. 4'4" flat. Yeah, he's definitely interested. Opalag, we got to do it there. Let's do this. USF's offered. Let's target him. And who was the other guy? Was Green. Let's see here. Do we go ahead and see with Bell? He's at 29% lock, so we're okay there. Green's a little tougher. He was all in on Pitt. Let's just stick with the local guy there. I want one of these guys that are 40 times just to pop out. Now we're down to 2 stars. Okay, let's see who we're third with. Again, we're starting to get into we've got some work to do. I'm looking right at lock level. Bubba Black out of Florida. What's going on with him? So Florida State's offered, so we can go and back off that. Even though it's 31%, you're kind of hoping to be one of those early offer. It doesn't really matter all too much with that, but I guess if Florida State's offered, they might be pouring in points with them, and if we're already down, it might be harder to catch up at this point. 6'3" safety like that. 4-5-6. Again, Florida State's got a lead there. Yeah, the best ones are right now at this point the ones with really low interest level, like right here. Nobody's really showing that much interest in him. Let's see if this guy's worth anything. 6'6" defensive tackle. I know he's only a 63. 500 squat. Yeah, I mean, he's a D tackle. I guess we'll try that. Okay, I think we're good there. I kind of want to wrap this up a little bit. Let's do the rest of our 5,000 points, and then we'll wrap this episode up. Definitely appreciate everyone for doing this. This is great, and you guys are helping out. That's what I want for doing this. That's why we're going live here. And if you guys are still on, just real quick, just a kind of like a heads up, on Friday, and we're going to do a live chat like all day long. Because Miami, Florida State's, they're playing 6 games on ESPN. I think they're all on ESPNU. I have to double check, but basically it's going to be a marathon of Miami, Florida State games. So definitely come back to InsideTheU.com. We'll have a chat and we'll talk about those games, memories of Florida State. So just a heads up. I should have mentioned that earlier, but you guys are getting a little heads up if you're still with me here. Okay, what are we doing? We got 145 points left. I guess we spent all that time looking for guys. Let's start scouting some of these guys. Okay, let's start with Bell. He was the local corner. Again, man, 64. I feel like it almost feels like you're wasting your time with these guys, but scout there. That's terrible. Okay, let's go up to one of these guys here. This Darren Williams. That was that 6'1" guy, I remember. The D lineman. Let me just make sure. Or the athlete lineman. Yeah, let's scout him. Hold on. I want to just do the rest of the points on him. We have 95 left, but I want to make sure. Yeah, the proximity to home, but 95 point. You know what? Let's make it even. Let's take something off. Let's just take his 5 points. Let's do all this. We could just offer him from the jump. He's a 5-star athlete and just trust that he's really a 5-star. I guess the only thinking is he'd only go down a little bit. We could scout him to make sure. Again, we have the 50 points, so you could scout him and offer him a scholarship. Or don't scout him, offer him, and do 50 on us, give him some points. We definitely... I'll do this. I'm definitely going to do 50 points here. Let's just give him 50 there. And I'm going to slide him up. And if you guys have an opinion, do we scout him? Do you guys just want to offer him already? Without even going with it? And just like, or just offer... A lot of C's and D's in there, even though he's a 5-star recruit. I'll let you guys decide. I'll just kind of wait if anybody's in on it, anybody has an opinion. Otherwise, I kind of just want to offer him and just be done with it and kind of just jump up that lead and see if we can't snag this guy, depending on how good he is. Yeah, I like those 5-star athletes that are the linemen. It's just kind of cool that I could play either way. out of Washington, D.C. Yeah, we're going to jump all those people. If no one's going in on them, let's just go ahead and offer this guy. And then we're done there. And I will go ahead and wrap this up. But yeah, definitely appreciate everything. You guys are great. Again, new episodes of the Dynasty come out every Tuesday, and then we'll keep this recruiting thing going on Thursday live streams. And then the DR King, Face of the Franchise, every Friday. New one of those. Unless we get the 50 likes, then it's as soon as we get the 50 likes, I'll drop a new episode. So it couldn't come out every day. The last one, if you haven't seen that, he gets drafted to a new team. Tomorrow's episode, first preseason game. So yeah, definitely excited. Thanks again for everyone that's like jumping in on the chat, who's watching this again. Keep tuning in, and I always want to hear your guys' comments. I'll respond to those, and we'll keep this thing going. But definitely appreciate everything, and definitely appreciate everyone's support.